Welcome back, attractive and well-educated watchers, to a brand new episode of the Grand Crusade. Last time, the party discovered 2 new worlds and found some new friends in the form of weird dragon things, which we'll have proper art for in the future or something, we guess. Anyway, so, as you guys feel free to introduce yourselves.
I am Father Mihaly Pop. Mount Bjorn Gunnarsson.
Boya Falkard.
Fausto Terzo de Parma.
Cheese.
Alright. So, the day is July 1st, 1191, so far as you know. It has been... block text time. It has been just over a month since you returned from the newest worlds of the Holy Coalition with dragon subjects and found out that Besgorixan was destroyed by the collective fleets of the conglomerated alliance. While the dragons are integrating, perhaps better than anyone would have imagined, your return also fit with the arrival of new information from the front. For not long after you arrived, did a messenger pod, clearly launched from an omnidirectional cluster battery, arrive at Ignis Veritas. One of perhaps 100 million such pods, it is without a doubt that this was sent from the ship of the Metropolitan Krvavo before his flagship plunged into the Besgorix's homeworld, sending his final words throughout the cosmos wherever they might be received. After listening to his message, there was great mourning, demands of explanation, and confusion throughout not only the clergy, but the people as a whole. That, for the record, is the video that all of you were sent. Viewers who care, go to PhilosoShy Explores. Indeed, beneath his bed was a loose but heavy floorstone that inevitably held a single scroll of vellum, rolled delicately and held safe in a bag of Monaithrina silk. However, in order to offer maximum respect, Zupan Ivan took the liberty of refusing to let it be opened until the fleet's return. And over the past month, that is exactly what has happened. Battered and bruised, broken and busted, chunks of the fleet have been slowly returning to Ignis Veritas to receive repair and relay their stories. Most terrifying of all, the captains and crew of 3 such ships are brought to the court in chains. For the crew of these 3 ships had been in the fleet that had fallen out of the hyperlanes into orbit of planet Bleb, grappled by the Blotvikinganar vessels, and suddenly fighting in defense of a neutral world. When they saw the battle had suddenly shifted from fighting an alien protected by humans to protecting aliens from humans, the crews insisted that they would not kill fellow humans in the defense of any alien, and pulled away from the battle, giving Dago the Scourge's ship the opportunity to break off and fire on the home star that the Schnells saw not only as their god, but as their friend. All of this, as you can understand, is pure chaos among the people. Seeing the broken vessels of the fleet return, having no senior religious figure to fall upon for guidance, watching the division of their own ranks, human and alien alike have a hard time handling the loss of all of the crew of the fleet, human or alien, non-believer or good Christian, have been held for trial. It is assumed, of course, that the primary conspirators went to the pearly gates with the Metropolitan, as established in his own parting message, and so it is fortunately up to the good Lord to decide exactly how they will answer for this ploy. But this still leaves the matter of so many who have deceived the crown, deceived the church, deceived the coalition as a whole, and endangered everything that has been done in the last 2 years. And now that all have gathered, the Metropolitan's will may be read, and the matter of justice may be approached. For there are many wronged parties, from the Emperor to the very personal guest of Boyo Folkard herself, who had merely stepped away from her homeworld to reach out in a hopeful research agreement while her home star was destroyed. Though all of the species have their own justice systems, in the interests of solidarity and unity, the leaders of the coalition have allowed for this matter to be handled at Ignis Veritas, relying on the Emperor's High Council to carry out the proceedings and to educate the punishment for all of this. As a silver lining, however, not all is trauma and woe. Though they return broken and in desperate need of repair, the fleets did not return empty-handed. Not only has the fleet returned larger than ever, thanks to the capture of untold assets out among the void, but the many colossal cargo holds of the Besgor-designed ships carry untold treasure, as the fleet traded off basic munition and survival cargo on their journey back for super weapons and schematics, new friends, and wealth beyond compare. Though much of it falls into the practical rather than the leisurely, there are over 1,000 Besgor ships in various states of disrepair, full to the airlocks with all manner of new booty to be used against their former masters. There are seeds, food, precious metals, weapons, armor, machinery for low-level terraformation, caged animals, and even former slave species that have been freed and given themselves wholly to the fight. In his generosity, the Zupan has seen fit to personally dispense all of the least consequential of goods to the common folk, keeping their spirits high, even as some of the Council of 50 grumble about not being able to enjoy the finest of goods being showered to the peasantry. All the same, you can see the pragmatism of this move, preserving the peace until today, when you can all decide on the serious future of the coalition as a whole. Before you lie two trials, that of the crew and that of the Metropolitan and his will. The choice of what to tackle first is yours.
That was a bit quick. I lost some of it in the fast-paced talk. So
it was
big words.
It's been a month. It's been a month since you got back home, or just over a month since you got back home from the planets. And
right.
The Metropolitan's final parting message, which we have sent all of you for, with the last act of Krvavo Piršestvo. And then over that month, the ships came back, and they have a bunch of stuff in their cargo. But now there is, you gotta figure out how to... Oh, sorry, go on.
Did I hear something about some of our guys helping Dago, or
when
that something else?
Their part of the fleet fell into a hyperlane in an attempt to flee from the destruction, they were grappled by some Viking ships, like physically grappled. Viking ships have big grapplers on them. And so the Viking ships were pulled into the hyperlanes and popped out over the Schnell homeworld. Then, because they were no longer fighting aliens who happened to be working with humans, but they were fighting humans in protection of aliens, 3 ships broke away and refused to kill humans in defense of any alien. And that allowed Dago the Scourge's ship to break free and open fire on the Schnell home sun, which then died.
Yeah, they're traitors.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just xenophobes.
Wait, I mean, it's
coming from me, the literal xenophile.
they stated that it was not the will of God for them to protect the alien instead of the human. That being said, the entire problem with these guys is extremely complicated, because you have to remember that even the Metropolitan admitted in his final parting message that he lied about this mission. So he told Fergie that he was going to do something fairly simple and comprehensive and not terribly dangerous with the fleet, and instead he went and he attacked the Besgorix's homeworld. And then those guys agreed to fight alongside the Metropolitan, but when it came down to defending another species against the enemy and those who had joined them, then they turned against the Metropolitan, the highest religious authority humans have right now, and said that they thought God disagreed with that. So these guys conspiracized, then heresied, and then treasoned. And it's kind of
to kill pagans, and they call themselves crusaders.
Well, they refuse to kill humans in defense of the alien. The Schnells aren't Christians either, so we mean...
Doesn't matter. They're
does a
all
crusader
God
need
creatures.
a reason to kill a heathen?
I want their head on a pike outside my walls.
I mean, realistically speaking, probably in the moment, the worst thing here is that they abandon their post in the middle of a battle.
Yes.
Yeah. Mutiny.
Stop whining, Sadie. Stop demanding. You have everything you need. You're done.
I mean, in this era, they would be hung for far less. So I don't see any problem.
Well, the problem is that they represent a common front, and there's like literally over 1,000 of them.
Mm.
So if you killed like 1,000 of them, then you would be cutting down a 25th of humanity's total population. To say nothing of a huge portion of their fighting men.
Kill the leaders, reform the rest.
So we're on the brink of getting a either, if it's not a civil war, it will be a breakaway faction.
That's the worry, yeah.
Ooh.
So you can choose to tackle that thing first, or you can choose to tackle the matter of the Metropolitan's will first. Whichever one you guys want.
As in, like what? As in his last will and testament will?
Yes, we mentioned that several times, and it was mentioned in the video that we sent.
No. Yeah, I was just clarifying.
Yep, his will.
I mean, we need to tackle both of them. I think as a meathead, excuse me, gosh. As a meathead, I need to. I'm going to probably be focusing on the political situation over the will.
Agreed. Fausto feels quite strongly as a xenophile and a proud crusader. Why the hell would you ever need a reason not to kill heathens? Pagans, nonetheless. Sure, you'd be protecting aliens from them, but you're still killing heathens.
Oh my god, is our dog being stupid?
Yes.
How about we trade dogs? Because Sadie's being a whiny dumb bitch, and Moon Girl's being a loud asshole, so we can control Moon Girl's loud assholiness a bit better.
Okay.
Yeah,
I am also for taking care of his will as well.
Well, you'll have to deal with both. It's just which one you want to do first.
Gotcha. The will might go by quicker. Handling the will might go by quicker.
All right, well, one moment we're going to take this whiny dog out and get the boofy dog and bring her in. All right, Sadie, go inside. You're back.
Yeah, y'all make a good point about the speed of which we can deal with these vote for the will, then.
I just want to say...
At least by my understanding on how these things go, but I could be completely wrong, so...
There needs to be a religious lesson given to the idiots to tell them that all creatures are God's creatures and therefore under our protection.
Except for the heathens. And the Saracens.
They've turned against us and therefore are enemies.
They have turned
There are enemies in the Bible that will be struck down.
Yeah. They've turned against the light of God. Therefore, they must be struck down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right, Moon Girl, go to bed.
I miss Mooney.
She misses you. We guarantee it. No, we say go to bed. Go to bed, Moon Girl. All the way. There will be no borking, no barking, no boofing, and most importantly, no arfing, okay? None of that. Thank you.
What about the song of her people?
No, no songs of her people until the game is done. It's
Okay.
At least for 2 hours.
at least for a couple hours, yeah. Okay, guys, sorry, we're back. What did we miss?
We were just deciding on what to do.
All right.
I think we settled on the will first.
The will? Will first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will. Who else has voted will?
Well, yeah. We voted on it because we think it might go quicker.
The will is probably a faster option. Yes, that's true. And it's a bit more straightforward, more of an exposition. We're going to put the will here in the general. Everybody can go to it and read it and stuff like that. As it is quite long.
Oh my god. Oh.
It is, yeah, we're not going to read it on camera. But long story short, basically everything goes to his daughter. He personally desires for Father Mihaly, or his granddaughter, sorry. He personally desires for Father Mihaly to marry his granddaughter and take her into the House of Pop, despite the previous differences. And with that, he also expects Episcopos Christophoros Pop, who is, the currently highest-ranking male authority in all of Christendom after the Metropolitan, to become the next Metropolitan. It's the logical choice, of course. He also asks, in recognition of the Catholics, that Fausto Terzo de Parma's son be recognized as a child holy as the Emperor's children himself, as he is both a combination of the Orthodox and the Catholic tradition, remembering, of course, that Queen Aelin has become an Orthodox Christian, while Fausto is a Catholic, as well as a unity of the two species. He goes out of his way also to say that Fergie should be immediately ordained and risen to the rank of an episcopos under Christophoros. He says that the women of Christendom should be allowed to be ordained, and that Veritas should be the high matriarch of this new order of Christendom. And then he talks about how he's sure that God has a plan, and that there are people out there who are currently prophesying a new gospel that fits better with the current administration. And eventually we'll be reading this off in a video or whatever that we'll put on the Explorers channel. But in the meantime, everybody feel free to take in the will for yourselves, and
I don't see myself in it.
You're. Oh wait, no.
Verita, not Eudokia.
Yeah. I didn't get shit.
I didn't know him long enough.
We think you're. You're mentioned the Orphan Islands, which is your territory. So, like, Verita may have founded them, but it's your land. And we do believe that it was also mentioned the prostitutes at some point were also mentioned. So, like in the women's thing. One moment.
Just that we bear children.
No, we actually straight up remember mentioning prostitutes at some point. Yeah. So, long story short, as we said, this is a much shorter section. Just looking at the stuff.
So he wants my kid to be taught by Boyo?
He wants your child not to be taught, but fostered by Boyo, specifically. When he comes of age, of course. Which will be in, 4 years. Which
I have no... And then, of course, most importantly, I will be wed to Bloodfeast's daughter. His granddaughter, that is.
Yeah.
Cool. Congratulations.
It is a note, for the record, that this kind of flies in the face of a lot of tradition. If you look throughout it, Guy is definitely spitting some not necessarily as kosher stuff here, hypothetically.
Senile old man.
He was 118 years old.
He had perfect clarity in his vision.
He was actually 120 for... Yeah.
He was at least 118 years old, and all he wanted was to see Besgorixan burn.
All we're gonna say, we don't know about any of y'all, but in our household, Metropolitan Krvavo Pershespo is a hero. To all people. Gonna take no slander of that man here. Everybody was wrong about him.
Preach, Tony Soprano. Preach.
He was a true fucking respectable bipartisan. All he wanted was to see Besgorixan burn. And at the end of the day, he pulled a Thanos. He just said, fine, I'll do it myself.
Taking too long, goddammit.
Right? couldn't take the damage anymore. He couldn't watch on in silence and preach anymore. There is a time for peace, but there is also a time for war.
Irritatingly, though, he would still be a traitor, and the will would be void because he was a traitor.
At least not. At least a lot of it,
Hypothetically,
anyway.
It's entirely up to the council, of course.
Yeah, we get to choose whether or not we're going to honor any of this.
He is, for the record, regarded by the people as a hero.
Yeah. So we also have to take into
Very
that
popular.
account.
Many people are mourning
maybe.
his death in the streets.
Maybe, I mean, you can be both a hero and a traitor.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, that's-
I mean, the
right?
two things are not. One of them is a legal thing. The other one is a will of the people. You can be both a hero and a traitor.
But here's the
So-
thing: if we besmirch him in some way, our power could lessen, and they could start turning against us.
Staya, the peasants are revolting. Oh,
Yeah.
tell me about PU.
Tell me about it.
Angry too, yeah.
Yeah, so the thing is, again, you can be both things. He can be, he did the right thing in the wrong way.
Noble treachery.
He did the right thing. He did the thing that everybody wanted to do, but in the way he did it, he also ended up losing us a huge portion of our fleet and creating a giant group of traitors.
Didn't we get more ships,
The
though?
fleet
from
is
the,
now technically larger than it was when it went. It's just busted.
Yeah.
It'll be under repair for years before you're back to full strength.
Yeah, we are we are almost a sitting duck. If Dago decides to show up.
And then there's the traitors, too. If we kill them, we're even weaker.
Well, and not as though it's for us to stick our nose in it, but there's a lot of moving parts here, guys. You know,
Yeah.
the people demand certain things. The law demands other things. The emperor, of course, being a suitable man of the people, is kind of leaving this to the council. You know, because that's appropriate for his position to delegate that. But he's also depending on you to, you know, represent properly so the people don't clap back on him. There's a lot of moving parts here, guys. It's true.
We could.
I mean, we could always go the Roman way.
Which is
Decimation.
you
If there
mean
were
just kill them
1,000,
all?
Yeah, I suppose we wouldn't lose all of them.
Decimation is
Every 10 man is killed.
specifically a military discipline where 9 out of 10 will turn on the 10th, or are required to turn on the 10th, and kill the 10th man.
Usually
Every
with
10th
clubs,
man in
yeah.
the cohort is executed by the other 9 in that cohort.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that in the game The Forgotten City, kind of.
Actually,
It is extremely Roman, and it is extremely appropriate.
actually,
we
you
would
know,
only be losing 100 men if there are 1,000 traitors.
so
It's
Malmborn would probably agree with that. So
well,
Would South
specifically, let me, if I may, quote, The discipline was used by senior commanders in the Roman army to punish units or large groups guilty of capital offenses such as cowardice, mutiny, desertion, insubordination, and for pacification of rebellious legions.
Perfect.
Sounds fitting.
That's like literally right on the money. Actually, no,
Yes.
Boyo's absolutely right. He's that would be the appropriate punishment for this crew.
Technically, the legally and morally justified version, because realistically, you should be killing them all, and letting God or whoever sort them out.
But you're giving the men a chance, the remaining men a chance to prove themselves.
But instead, you demoralize them by making them kill their own brethren, and then give them a chance to, not do it again.
Right.
Eudokia recommended just killing the commanders outright, which is fair.
Also possible.
It's a lot of brain drain, though, but depending on who they are.
It's only 3 commanders.
Commanders.
It's only 3 commanders. Yeah.
Include the commanders amongst those decimated.
Well, I think, they would definitely be part of the crew because they are in charge of it all. So
yeah, it's randomly chosen, but we did make sure that those 3 got in.
As we said also, consider this just a scribe reading their offenses at court. Those 3 commanders are on trial for conspiracy against the crown, heresy, treason, mutiny, and a couple other things.
Well, those
3 guys should definitely hang.
Yeah.
I personally would somewhat scoff at the heresy, but everything else, absolutely.
Well, the real reason that it's heresy, obviously, is because they were under direct command of the Metropolitan, and then refused to follow his orders on religious reasons.
Yes, but I don't.
Which is, we know you scoff at that, but that is,
yeah,
that is absolutely a problem.
It is valid. Yeah. It is valid. That is the correct term. Right. However, you know how I feel about the idea of heresy. It's
Of course. Not even valid in Boyo's
It's silly. Yeah.
Eudokia, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just tired.
Yeah, okay.
Looking at memes.
So we had conspiracy against the crown, treason, mutiny, heresy, and numerous other crimes.
Yeah, those 3 crew guys should be publicly hanged. Would be the appropriate, or beheaded or something.
Yeah,
like that,
and we can have the decimation after that because
we have the men watch us hang their leaders, and then we start pulling out the sticks, and it's like, all right, now that you've seen those guys die, draw lots. And we're going to kill 100 of the 1,000 of you. Or rather, you all are going to do that.
Yeah,
Follow me, Holly. We would ask that you roll 3d6.
I am also trying to come... considering that since...
I don't know if that's a good roll or not. For whatever you have in store for me.
Oh, crap. What was my full title again?
Malmbjorn?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
You're the Emperor's personal bodyguard, but moment.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my title.
Damn it. It might, Father Mihaly, not be appropriate to perform decimato in this day and age. We are looking in the background, and we think the process has been outlawed.
We're not
We ain't on Earth anymore.
Overturn the law.
No, never. Oh, one moment.
It is, however, I mean,
Yeah, okay, no, it did, as a matter of fact. It has kind of been popping up again here and there throughout the ages. So no, yeah, no church has ever, no single decree has ever explicitly outlawed the punishment of decimation. We were wrong. Continue as you were. Apparently the church was doing it right up until the 17th century.
Okay, good, because I was trying to decide how I wanted to say that in character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's very. I'm not sure how else we would be physically capable of punishing a group of 1,000 men without, just losing 1,000 men.
Oh, that's
Which
fair.
we can't afford to do.
But you might be able to afford 100 men. Yeah,
we
that's
would either be imprisoning them in some way, which means that we're losing them effectively, or preventing them from serving the military or anything.
They'll be literally wasting resources.
It would be a literal waste of resources, or I mean, there's no real good solution to this without it.
So when you order the decimation, the men, all of them, throw themselves at your feet and beg to not have to do this. They will do anything. They will serve the church. They will serve the alien. Anything to not have to turn on each other and kill each other in front of everybody. They throw themselves at your mercy. They will do anything.
You should have thought of that before you became traitors.
Men bawling their eyes out in front of you. Grown, blooded warriors. Anything but this.
Smell bitch in the room.
We want to be very careful, because if they're actually like crying and being this sincere, if we do go too hard, we can push them into rebellion.
It is important to remember that this is the most terrifying thing that any force could have to do to themselves. So, like, it's really, this is believable. This is believable that they would be bawling their eye out, like, please don't make us do this to each other. I mean, there are alternatives in the Christian world, of course. Out there.
But as modern people, I'm pretty sure a lot of us don't know what those are.
We could always have them flagellate themselves, parade through the streets whipping themselves, or whipping each other.
Public humiliation doesn't quite rise to the term here, but having them serve life statements out of combat training a new generation might be, under impressment, as it were, might be a viable option.
You need to serve aliens.
You'll have to explain what impressment means, please.
Forced into the role of a duty.
Gotcha. Yeah, so obviously, if we don't do decimation, they will all have to be demoted to some degree.
They should serve aliens and learn to love my brethren.
My fellow Christian brethren, they can serve amongst me and my Nothrenia, my Christian Nothrenia.
It's like, obviously they're not getting away with this scot-free. There needs to be some kind of consequences.
No, the leaders or the leaders will absolutely hang for this. They are not getting out of this.
Yeah, those three. I think we've already hung them, and that's why we're moving on to the decimation. And the men are seeing that we're fucking serious, and they're like, "Don't fucking make us do this."
Yeah, you
So-
haven't hung them yet. This is still like is essentially
Don't-
trial or what have you, but
Yeah.
but they're there.
Oh, I thought we were in a
And-
private
Oh,
chamber
well,
debating.
no, you're in public. This is a public affair.
Okay, gotcha.
This is not some private thing. There are people, there are tens of thousands of people, possibly millions of all different species watching this.
Yeah, we're making a spectacle out of this.
Yeah, this is a big thing. Yeah. So one moment, we gotta. So as you are.
I have an idea.
Oh, he has
Sorry.
an idea. No, yeah, go ahead. Absolutely. Idea away, please.
In response to that that them being so upset about the possibility, rather than killing them, every 10th man, so rather than killing 100 men, exile 100 men, so to speak, to one of the planets that we've taken as
Exile.
My new
Exile's-
colony.
Exile
Not-
is considered a great act of clemency for a leader too.
N-
It's true.
not to live on their own, but to act as
Colonists.
the
Colonists, basically.
Y-
It'll be a
essentially, essentially, but basically to do the work that is required.
And
Yeah.
there we go. And they'll be forbidden from leaving the world as well in the future.
I have a proposition. My new colony is also going to be a hub for the Threnia. So they would be serving under aliens while they, do their whole business of being colonists and conducting the hard labor. So I wouldn't be opposed to that.
And unfortunately, we can't lose this amount of manpower in terms of military might, so some will also have to remain within the military.
Yeah, well, we'd only be doing the 100 that would have
Yeah.
been decimated. Instead, they're going
I'm
to be
talking
shipped off
about-
to the colonies.
Exactly. I'm talking about, instead of killing 100 men, send 100 men to one of the colonies to work off a debt.
All right, okay. Assuming we're all just speaking, we're all speaking aloud about this, and everybody knows their
I'm
crimes are.
suggesting it to the crew,
Right.
Ah.
to the council,
And
in real time.
okay, and I'm stating that their crimes are so heinous, but because they left us in such a dire situation, we no longer can afford execution. And
Exactly.
so they may well have killed us all with their actions.
At least made us more vulnerable.
So you're considering colonial exile, as it were?
Yeah.
And servitude.
Yeah.
Uh,
Servitude under preferably aliens to
Yeah.
reform them.
As you're coming to this conclusion, and you announce it, there is a call from the crowd. Wait! And you see Willifred slowly snailing her way out, and she says, if you're gonna choose exile for them in service, I ask that you consider my people, and that their actions have harmed us most of all. If they are to serve the alien, as you say, let them find a new son for my people.
I'm not opposed to it. It would be
I'm
just.
not entirely sure how that works. How is one star different from any other?
Their star's dead, remember?
I get that. But, I mean, obviously we can just find another star, but...
No, their
can't be
star
too hard.
was sapient.
Ah.
They were
so
able
we'd be sending
to
them.
talk to their star.
We can't do that. How would we do that? They would need some.
Well,
we would need some
you
help.
go
with that.
out and you find a star that's sapient as well.
Yeah, they'd go out on a holy mission of repentance to find a new star for the Schnell.
Yeah, basically a penitent crusade, if you will. Yeah.
Ah.
All right, as well as send back any information on anything they may find in their travels.
Naturally,
Yeah, that
of
would
course.
be useful to our coalition, since they have, of course, crippled us.
And
Indeed.
Just
they
imagine
would,
them going up to all these stars and be like, "Hey, you talk."
Yeah,
Nope,
yeah.
nope, another normal
regular
star.
ass star. God damn it.
Willifred, in order for us to do this, we will need your technology in order to discover this sort of thing. Because from my understanding, our technology cannot communicate with stars.
you can like scan stars to see if they match like the appropriate stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like spectral analysis and shit. That's
Okay.
probably Malmbjorn wouldn't know that, but Boya would be like, no, it's
Yeah.
it's
Another
fine, yeah.
thought, if we do find this star, it would certainly improve our relations with the Schnell. I mean, vastly. We found a whole nother sentient star for them. If it succeeds.
Well, that's like your friend's puppy dies, so you buy them a new puppy. It's not necessarily going to be
The same.
like
It's
the
not
the
a
same,
replacement. Yeah, it's
but it's a start.
yeah. I mean,
It's an
Yeah.
act of good faith.
currently looking for a new place to park their planet for a home, so it would certainly.
Yeah,
I guess it's like if your home could talk and was like a very good friend.
and then
But,
burn down.
Yeah, got
Yeah.
burnt down by some arsonist named Doggo the Scourge.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's basically.
Yeah, and then we
it,
go
yeah.
and find another house that's also sentient for you to live in.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Like, so that for the record also even allows like the commanders to live in service. The Schnells,
true.
the Schnells will keep them alive. No, the Schnells can keep them alive for thousands of years on this penitent crusade.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
the make the 100 men stay on this penitent crusade until they succeed,
All right. I have also another thing.
and make the leaders stay.
Yeah, since we're deciding on non-execution, even for the leaders, then I want everybody a part of the crew to also have their ring fingers severed, so they cannot get married. So they're not allowed to get married during their servitude or have children.
Oh, that's actually fucking hardcore.
Yeah.
That's like a wildly cool symbolic thing to do. Honestly, like.
Oof.
No,
They
for
can
real.
all
Like,
ties
that's
beyond their new mission, their penitent.
Be grateful I do not sever their manhood.
how fitting,
Eh.
though. Like
Yeah.
that's a
Harsh.
very Malmbjorn thing to do. Damn.
Honestly, encore.
Right. Yeah.
I'm amazed we're not making them eunuchs in space.
Yeah, well, that might if they're on a pilgrimage, they might need that testosterone fueled aggression to fight. So
This is reasonable.
Oh yes, because women can't fight.
I didn't. That's exactly what I'm. That's not exactly what I was talking about.
Mhm.
I mean, women have testosterone too.
It's
Erica.
really funny to watch Malmbjorn.
I
slurp
know.
at that. All right. So we haven't made names for the leaders yet. Sorry,
Okay.
you're probably not going to make names for the leaders.
Thing one,
Our
thing
bad.
two.
No,
Thank
no,
you.
no. I don't need it since we've decided on not hanging them. Because I was gonna make a big old speech about hanging them and stuff. But if we're not gonna do it, then I don't need their names.
No.
Big speech about claiming the ring fingers was good, though.
right. So, as they are sent off in chains, of course, to be chosen from, as it were, the commanders are let free. You'll notice that a lot of people seem to. One moment, sorry. You'll notice that a lot of people seem to be pretty okay with this. They seem to think that this was measured, just, fair response. You know, you gotta remember there's a lot of humans still that aren't so sure about the aliens, so they're not gonna necessarily want these guys to get killed right off, but sending them off on a penitent crusade to make up for, you know, going against God's orders and shit, like, okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. This is cool. This is measured. This is reasonable. 100 men will leave, but you will save 900 good men, and the Schnells are mollified for the time being, which is very important because they're a billions of years old civilization. You probably don't want to piss them off.
Yeah.
So now
revenge.
So now we need to once again consider the will. The will.
Yeah, we kind of got distracted. We got sidetracked.
Well, you set it to the side real quick because you figured you had a more decisive response on something else. Which is reasonable. This is fair.
There doesn't really seem to, considering he was the perpetrator on all this, the main head behind it. I think we should nullify a lot.
But he did the right thing. He destroyed the Beskor homeworld.
He did the right thing, but we can't
save the
acknowledge
people.
him as a hero.
Yes, but he's put us in a situation where we're yes, but the result, I don't.
We could acknowledge his actions as heroic, but still treasonous, and go from there.
Yeah, foolish, and he will. Yeah, he can.
And it has left us in a pretty sorry state.
Yeah. So there still has to be some sort of punishment in that regard. Like,
so we could partially accept some parts of his will. I mean, I'm fine with sending my kid off to be taught by Boyle. Heck, I'd probably already do that anyways, even if we didn't follow the will.
what would the effect of removing his title be?
That would mean that his daughter would be a common woman.
Also, no booty for Father Mihaly.
Which would, well, no, it would mean that the House of Pop would have, instead of unifying with the House, nominally just destroyed it. Which is... We mean, all we're going to say, Father Mihaly, is try to get that pussy after doing that to her family and her father's memory, and, you might just have to live that celibate life. That's all we're saying.
I would think.
All right. What about?
It's certainly not honorable.
What about concessions from the House of Bloodfeast?
The House of Pershestvo? What sort of concessions might you want?
I'm not quite sure. If they wish to have his title maintained, they will have to pay for it because a punishment must be taken.
Anybody?
I do need suggestions here because I'm pulling it out my ass at the moment.
So you're saying like
for a moment.
Oh my God, Eudokia, come on.
What?
We said, oh my God, Eudokia. You said you haven't been paying attention, and we're like, come on.
Yeah. Something about the will.
We could do for them, and
I don't understand why
motion
there's
is
punishment
basically
for
out
the
of the
will.
question.
Well, there's
Why-
punishments because he committed treason to destroy the Besgorix's homeworld.
So then we just don't honor the things in his will. He's already dead.
But he's a hero, and his granddaughter holds his title.
Yeah, a lot of it has snowballing effects. we were just told if we were to remove his title, then his entire house could be politically destroyed.
Well, it wouldn't be politically destroyed. It would be legally destroyed. If you stripped him of his title, his granddaughter becomes a common woman, so she will be no more than a peasant, and therefore Father Mihaly doesn't even have to get married to her, because nobles do not have to keep contracts with peasants.
Are there any other members of his house?
She would then lose all of her land, and all of that land would immediately go into the holding of the emperor himself until it was given to somebody else.
I mean,
it's not her fault what her grandfather did.
Yeah, she is the sole member of his house now, right?
Yes.
Damn.
Oh, I didn't think. Okay.
Line one of them and send them to a monastery. But if she's the only one, well, I don't think we can.
She's
really
She's the only piece of him left in this universe.
That makes it more difficult. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Because that basically punishing her. I was thinking there was a little more, a few more people.
Personally, I think it's a little harsh to punish her for the.
Oh yeah, we're not trying to. But he can't. Something has to be done.
How about she has to give up some land and some money and reparations?
Yeah, but
I mean, that's
donate them to like the Chanel or something.
Yeah, she will probably have to work to gain not repentance, but repentance to the families of who we lost, I guess.
Repayment?
You could always frame it as
Weregild?
her marriage.
Are you asking her to pay Weregild? Is that what you're asking?
I don't know what that is.
When you kill a man, you pay his family Weregild so that they are legally repaid for the damage you've done to them.
Weregild just sounds like a guild of werewolves.
It's Old English. Were just means man and guild means gold.
And it's spelled kind of similarly too.
It's W-E-R-E is man in Old English, so it's just man gold.
I don't see anything else that we can do.
For a man's life. Yeah.
I don't see anything else that we can do unless someone else has some information.
We could.
Well, traditionally in this time, this is one of those things where, you guys as players don't really know this, so we're going to step in as the GM and just kind of like tell you what your characters all already know. Traditionally, in this point in time, in this society, you either pay Weregild or you have your land stripped from you, partially or otherwise. So she's either going to pay or she's going to give land.
Why can't she give a little bit of land and a little bit of money, both, to the Schnell? Oops, I'm sorry, my grandfather did that shit.
Well, the Schnell don't want her land, so...
Okay.
It would be going to the people who died on the expedition.
Yeah,
or the
this is going toward the crew who died, not toward the aliens who were wronged, if that makes sense.
Could.
Okay, but the crew who died decided to go on the adventure with him.
Not necessarily the case. That's not how feudalism works.
Yeah, they were bound by their duty and their oaths of loyalty.
All right.
Yeah,
sorry, you guys got sucked into this shit.
No,
right.
I think
have some land and some money.
Perhaps she gives up the land and the money, retains the title, and marries Mihaly.
Yeah, because money and land can be reacquired.
Yeah.
Well, land isn't, but money certainly is. Because these people all have land that they live on already. Are you? Like they live in whatever regions that they happen to live in and stuff like that. And you're not paying them. You're paying their families.
Right.
Yeah.
Just money. Just say, I'm sorry. Here's some money.
We could also frame the marriage to Mihaly as part of the penance of the family.
Sure.
How would that frame? It's meant to unify. If it's brought on as a punishment, it's not really going to show unification.
Well, she doesn't have any choice in the matter is the punishment. It's you don't get to decide who you get to marry. This is being thrust upon you. Yes, it was also part of your grandfather's will, but that's just coincidental.
We mean, that was just the case back then. That was the style of the time anyway. So, I mean, it's not really very special or anything. She was going to marry whoever her grandfather told her to marry anyway. That's just the life of a woman at this time. Except for Eudokia, who can fuck whoever she wants because she is an independent woman. Of course.
And French, most of all.
And French.
How they do.
Scandalous.
Yeah, but no, yeah. So Weregild is appropriate. We will admit that straight out. We're going to have to roll for her though. Okay, yeah, she's fine with that. In that Weregild is something that she is more than capable of providing for the family and crew who did not make it back. So, is there any other part of his will that you don't like?
Give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
Let's see. I only skimmed it because I
Right.
can't read and listen to people talk at the same time. So we got the marriage. What was it? Eudokia becoming the thing.
Verita becoming the matriarch.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Well,
I'm in favor. I see no reason why not.
yeah. And what were the other? Oh my god. Should have wrote this down. All right. Unless you want to break it down again for me, it's going to take me a while. I am a slow reader.
Okay. So, first of all, everything goes to his granddaughter, except in a nominal secondary will, which is literally just tiny little, like, sentimental shit to, his successors and stuff like that. So, you don't have to worry about that. Other than that, except anything that's said here goes to his granddaughter, which we wrote as daughter because we're dumb. So then he wants to unify the house of Pap with his house via the marriage of his granddaughter to Mihaly. He wants Christophoros to be the next patriarch, as he feels that the position of Metropolitan is impotent for the place that humanity has found itself in. Now that you know what you're doing in space, he wants the Catholics and the Orthodox to join together, or at least to work together because of Catholics like Fausto and Fergie, who have done everything they can to pull the two branches together, as Fausto's wife is Orthodox and Fausto is Catholic, and their child not only unites the Catholic and Orthodoxy, but the Northrenia and humans. So he wants that child specifically to be raised under Boyo's care and fosterage, and protected with the same importance as the Emperor's own children. Next, he wants Christophoros Pop to be the next patriarch, and he wants Verita to be a matriarch to hold equal ground alongside Christophoros. He wants Fergie to be ordained as the second Catholic second in command to Christophoros Pop to maintain unity between the two churches. And what else are we missing? Verita being the matriarch. He wants aliens to get along. He wants women to generally kind of have their own the way we kind of reasoned it is it's a kind of a separate but equal type of arrangement. But
Amen.
You gotta forbid him or forgive him. He's only a product of his time. But still, progress toward it. And he goes on for quite a bit about how anybody who refuses this is refusing the will of God. Stuff like that.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't think I have anything else. I did send you a message, though.
Not right now.
Obviously, I probably didn't spell things correctly.
No, you're fine.
All right.
So yeah, and oh jeez, did not mean to do that. Sorry. We think if you're fine with the list, then you're fine with the list. Everybody gone over it, checked it over real quick.
Huh?
Just final answer.
Final answer is huh.
I didn't hear a problem
Yeah.
with
What
what
list?
was listed.
The will.
Yeah.
The will. The will.
The thing we've been talking about this time.
Yeah.
Yes, but are you writing the list down somewhere?
Yeah.
We
have not.
Link.
We're talking about the contents of the will, or the will is the contents of the will, other than making his granddaughter pay extensive weregild. Is it to everybody's approval?
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, it'd be cool if I got like some cool old artifact from him,
Yeah, I'd love that too, but I'm fine with my part in it.
Yeah, I already got a bunch of. I already got a lot of shit.
You cool with taking my kid off my hands, boyo, whenever they're like 4 or so?
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna be the
Alright.
godfather.
Speaking of,
Batman just taking kids.
All right. So the Metropolitan Blood Feast's will largely be honored, with the exception that his granddaughter will have to pay extensive weregild to the families of those crew lost in the invasion. People love this. This is great. They're cheering him as a hero. Justice has prevailed. God's will is carried out. Fuck yeah, guys. You've kept peace in the land. The Catholics and the Orthodox priests are hugging each other in the streets.
Jesus. Okay.
It's great. People are so fucking happy.
I
Yeah.
wanted to see some heads roll. Literally. Gee, man, just so boring.
Well, so there's an important thing here.
Chop too many heads off right now.
Well, so there is an important thing here. This is a bit of a double-sided coin here. You might think you may have seemed weak, but actually there is a concept in Roman society, which you guys are trying to bring back, called clementia, which is this idea of clemency. You're not a good guy for doing this. You're showing power by saying, I don't need to kill you. I'm so powerful, I can let you go. And it shows
Sometimes
that
my girls get clementia.
Ow.
Beautiful.
All jokes today.
Oh no! Last session was really funny, jokey too. So yeah. Despite the fact that people might see this as a bit of a shirk of justice or whatever, they also see it as incredibly merciful. They see it as an elevation of your power, and of course, you put the men to work, which means that they're going to be paying off their debt, and that's what the common folk like seeing. They like seeing justice get done, but also it come back to them. So you've done pretty well here, and it should not come back at you violently.
That's good.
So we want to no, we're gonna do this privately. Sorry, one moment. Okay. So we don't have terribly much more to do here. We were actually expecting that to take quite a bit longer, but you guys kind of rolled it up on yourselves pretty quickly there. So
We were smart.
Yeah, you were smart about it. You were like, oh yeah, well, how about we just kill him? No, we can't kill him. Okay, how about we just send him away? Well, how about we make sure they get sent away to a penal colony? And we're like, oh, one moment.
An actual proper debate.
Yeah, no. So you guys kind of got to the end of it pretty fast. We were expecting the
We
that
started early, ended early.
Yeah, we started
What
early.
a brainstorming.
Well, we were expecting that whole crew debacle to kind of be a lot more, but you guys came to a pretty fair assertion on it pretty quickly. So yeah. If anybody got anything else
a
to
little bit.
Yeah, what can be done, you know? But
The top 3 at least.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to cover before we end this? You know, we got a little time. You can bring up individual concerns or requests or so on.
Nope.
Not off the top of my head, other than no, we already got a status update last time. I don't have anything off the top of my head. I do know we still need to finish exploring the sunken city now, probably more than anything for resources.
Well, no, again, you have tons more resources now than you had before this session. That was part of the opening text block. But
right.
But also remember that sunken city has many, many levels, and it took several sessions just to get through one level of that. So like, don't be in a super big hurry. That city ain't going nowhere, and it's a very, very large dungeon. So,
and the longer we wait, the less people we have to talk to.
Yeah, they'll slowly...
No more insane Besgorix.
Unless we find more sentient robots down there.
Well, yeah. So, anything anybody else want to cover, want to talk about, want to ask about, want to recommend?
Yes. For the first jobs, I want to send the men who aren't being exiled. They can start repairing that first level we explored, including Poop Mountain.
No, they can't. But we like where your Gusto is going.
We could send them to help repair the ships that were damaged.
Yes,
It is related to their crime.
Poop Mountain.
You don't remember.
You don't remember Shit Mountain? He
almost blew it up, but
no, I climbed it because I was high out of my gourd.
Oh God! In the dungeon.
Yeah.
Yes, we all ran out of the room vomiting.
Yeah.
What
the hell you're talking about?
God.
Oh my God!
There
Lock
was
that out. You had to bring it back up.
Thanks.
There was the
you probably have some. You probably still have some growing urges for mountain drink.
Mountain fresh drink.
Mountain fresh drink.
Mountain fresh drink.
We don't talk about. Don't say the word, man. It's triggering.
Every now and then, she just thinks of the jingle, and her mouth starts watering, and she finds a desire for mountain fresh drink. Only before she shakes it out of her head. Ugh.
Oh, we can't forget the sadism sex hall that me and Mihaly found. Oh, God.
As we're going back to our own places to sleep, I walk along the beach and I see a green bottle just floating on the water. And I pick it up and I toss it to Eudokia.
It says mountain fresh drink on the front.
Yeah, she has PTSD flashbacks.
I've been clean for 3 months.
She still wakes up tasting it.
All right, I have to go to the bathroom too, so I think this is a good place to cut it.
We will let y'all go. Have a great day. Everybody feel free to say goodbye.
Adios.
Bye, everybody.
Well.
Bye.